I'm a scratch golfer, so today I'm going to try and break par at Towneley Golf Club. It's not a long course, but the difficulty is it is so windy today. It's really blowing. Can I keep the ball low is the question. I'm not sure. Some shots could be toe level and some could be tragic. So let's find out. Big dog leg left. It's about 250 to run out long of the fairway, so I've just got a 4-iron. It is downwind, but I'm still not reaching there. That's a nice start. Good golf swing. Wasn't the loosest, but I'll take it very much. Welcome everybody. If you don't know me, I'm Johnny. I'm actually a 3.1 handicap to be specific, but on the short winter courses in the UK, it's essentially scratch off most tee boxes. So it's going to be a tough slog today, but we're going to enjoy it. I will just say, never been here before. So I don't know if it's going to be super windy and exposed or not, and I've only just got past the trees here to give me a clear shot to the green. Wind's howling left to right, which I don't love, and it's 115, so it's a chippy 50 degree. Most shots I'm going to try and just keep chippy just to keep them under the wind, but start it just left. When I say just left, I mean straight at it, and that's getting smashed. Yuck. Okay, very soft, well worth a look there. And if you are new to the channel, this is probably one of my strengths, along with being pretty good with the driver. Problems come when I get on the putting green, mostly. If I have a good putting day, that usually means I have a good day. So this should be fairly routine. All right, nice and soft, that works. Okay, gathered quite a bit of intel from that then. Greens are very soft, so I can be nice and aggressive with the chips. Let's just make a par and move swiftly on. Nice. Nice solid start. Gonna have to sort out those short irons, mind. Right, straight down breeze. Makes it a little easier, certainly better than into off the left. But it makes it 145, but plays what, 135? So I'm just going to hit a very chippy 9-iron. If it just drifts right of the flag, we should also be safe. Line's fantastic. And so's the distance. That is a beautiful start, actually. That was close to magnificent there. Just getting the distance right is going to be the key, I feel like. And to hold some putts, which is never easy in winter conditions, but we'll see. Also, leaving them in the jaws is far from ideal. But I didn't exactly have much of a warm-up on the first green with a little tap-in, so 2 pars to start, pretty good. And it looks like a fairly drivable looking par 4 to come. Righto, I would normally say this is my favourite club. However, it's been misbehaving recently, but that changes today, hopefully. This is 270 from this forward tee. Wind hard right to left. So just send it up the right, let the wind feed it back and hopefully get there. Bit of a stretch. That is a sensationally struck shot on a great line. Front edge, I think. Tee snapped. That's not ideal. I'm down to my last orange. I think an apt phrase here would be, I'm on the dance floor, but a long way from the DJ. It's 26 paces, which equates to a lot of feet. Not sure if the wind will affect the putt, to be honest, but I keep these vlogs honest, super realistic, and hopefully entertaining. So if you are enjoying it, don't forget to subscribe if you are new. That would really help out the channel, and I'd appreciate it, and it will help me to putt. And hopefully next time you have a massive putt, you too putt as well as a result. I'm not sure I've ever hit a putt as hard as that, and I've still come up about 6 feet short. Well, 6 feet might have been a little bit optimistic, so I'm going through the routine, see if I can knock this one in, get myself under par early and not get blown over. That leaf was exceptionally off-putting and it shows. My problem is, I have a long flowing putting stroke and it works when I keep the backswing longer, but that is a terrible idea in the wind. But we'll see. Level par through 3 constitutes a very nice start. Now I think I could make an argument for this being every right-hander's worst nightmare. 25-mile-an-hour wind, straight left to right. There's a crow stood there in the distance, which is 275, and the whole dogleg's left to right, which does help. Can't reach the crow, so I'm aiming just a skosh left of it. Try and hit my normal straightish ball, and then the wind will just slap it down to the left. And if it somehow goes straight, I won't run out of fairway. That's a bit of a pull, but now it is really going right. That's worked out amazingly. Now the difficulty I'm really going to have here is as soon as I get to the holes where I'm into the wind, that's going to be a real tough stretch. So there's every chance I probably need to get myself under, or in hindsight be under par already. However, can't change the past. Hitting some good shots. Just got to hold a putt. Pretty simple really, and that's how my game generally works. I play really nicely tee to green and putt like an absolute donkey most of the time. One thing to note, put together all of this in a bit of a rush, so didn't have time to have a shave, so roast me in the comments, it is not a good beard. 95 yards or so to the flag. Now this has been my real nemesis. I don't know where my 56 has gone, but it's just got a mind of its own at the moment. It just seems to go miles. So hopefully this is the right club. Push it, wind. There we go. Be right. I think I'm putting. If you'd have seen what I've been doing previously with this club, that's a real win. Again, not entirely sure how I've gone long, but it's a good shot in the end. Looks like I'm uphill with a bit of right to left. And the key thing here is just to get more pace on those putts. I need to get it rolling into the hole as opposed to dribbling towards it. Oh, I thought that had some right to left on it. It was just bullet straight. I also thought I hit that firmly and it only just reached, but we're gaining on it. Not an easy hole, that. Good par, still level. Right, panic stations. I'm being let through. Never the most fun, but thank you to those fellas. There is a ditch up there at about 240, so I'm going to have to absolutely smash this, but the wind is right to left, which is nice. That's another fantastic strike. Now somehow missed the ditch. It disappeared, but that's not uncommon. So what we have done well is get over the ditch. That's a bonus. It's a bit soggy underfoot here, and I've got 58 yards, which is my least favourite yardage apparently. And I've short-sided myself, but we won't worry. If I hit this 60, that's perfectly fine. That won't go 60, I've fatted it. Oh no! Well, there is my game in a nutshell. Brilliant off the tee and very streaky off it. I think I've got a chance if I don't hit whatever that little stick thing is with a CD on it. That's as good as I could do, I think. Still dribbled out a bit. I must admit, there's nothing worse than being let through and then the person that's gone through faff about. So I am rushing. Hopefully this will go down and no blood will be spilt. I mean, just in terms of my round. Damn. No turn whatsoever. Not to worry, an early bogey calms the nerves. Let's be honest, a tiny bit frustrating there. Although there's every chance if I wasn't rushing, I would have still bogeyed the hole knowing me. Never mind. 111 yards this par 3, it's only a short one. That naughty left to right wind though, so go left of it. That's nice, please be the number. Oh, I'm hitting the ball beautifully, just haven't holed a putt, literally. What a golf shot, ladies and gents. A chance to get back what we lost on the last. Haven't even marked my ball, which is potentially stupid. Wow. Lovely stuff. That makes me very happy. Back to level, quickly as that. What an interesting stretch that was. 2 holes completed in what felt like about 10 seconds. Level par, but now we're back into the wind, so it's time to switch on. Not a long par 4, 318, but probably plays more like 370, I would imagine. The whole world up the left. And I've absolutely used it. I think that's up the 8th. That's going to make for a very interesting second, I have to say. Okay guys, probably one of the tougher winds to navigate here. It's about 120, but the wind is that way. It's just awful for a right-hander, but I'm not going to worry. I'm going to aim at the left edge of the green, and I'm going to try and hit this 135 with the 9. Or just thin it. Get down. As bad as that was, it wasn't that bad, if that makes sense. Always remember, when it's wet, test the green. Gives you a good idea of what it's going to do when it gets on. That is my one piece of advice for winter golf. It's not easy. Probably have to land this 4 feet short and that's it. Something like that. How has that not gone in? It just looked like it was shaping right to left and then held. Well, that's a nicely played shot. I will absolutely take a 4 on that hole. I think those into the wind holes are the ones to just get off. We should have a par 5 coming up shortly. Sorry to say I was wrong. It must be the 9th. There's 1 par 5 on either side. And luckily, walking up the 7th, I got a good idea of what this hole is like down there. Wind's off the right, 360 odd yards. Needs a good drive. Just let the wind feed it back to that marker post. Well, a bit toey, but that's perfect. I don't know if anyone watches Josh Oddie's YouTube channel, but he's been working on just getting that right hand more underneath rather than on top, and it stops you going over the top. Stops me slicing it, especially with this. Pin's on the right, which usually means miss it left ideal. It's definitely off the right, the wind. But if I miss it on the right side, I know it's soft enough that I can stop it with a chip. So I'm aiming at the right edge of the green. The wind should drift it back. Yeah, the lie I was on was always going to make it go left. Downwind as well. Thought it was a cross. I've gone over the back. And therein really show the trials and tribulations of playing golf in the wind. It's just a tactical guess, really. And looking at where I came from earlier, when it was downwind, the wind seems to be switching ever so slightly. Like I say, I thought that was just straight across wind, but it was definitely down a bit now. Very nicely played, I would say. Hard in the wind, just sort of drive it in there. Hat's about to fly off potentially. Now I know hitting a 52-degree wedge into a par 4 and missing the green is not great, but I'll take a par. That was quite a difficult hole, and we have a par 5 to finish the front. Okay, I would like to take care of the par 5s if at all possible. The difficulty here is it's straight into the wind, and the tee's on a bit of an upslope, which usually makes the ball go high left, which is not what we want. I think that should be good. A little high, but good. Okay, this might seem like a crazy thing, but we're straight into the wind. It's only 200 flag, but I've got 3 wood. I think with no wind, I might be in trouble with the people behind by hitting a house, but there's no way it's getting there. If I get anywhere near the green, that's good, and it's pretty wide open up there. Well, it's straight at it. What a shot. I hope that's on the green. That went better than expected. Well, my golfing compadres, that is quite simply the best 3 wood I've ever hit, especially when it's gone 202 yards. This for eagle length. What an end to the front 9 this could be. Oh, it's downhill, but I still haven't hit it. I got afraid of the downhill and the downwind. Nobody saw that was an eagle putt, but it is a birdie, albeit slightly disappointing. You should never leave an eagle putt short, apparently. Right, 1 under through 9. Let's go do the same on the back. Well, what a lovely way to start the back 9. Beautiful view. Now I have a ditch that I'm hoping I can carry if I use the wind correctly. It is helping off the right. It's a bit of a pull, that might help me. Should be fine though. Oh, it's over. Very nice. Very nicely done. I thought it was getting less windy and then my camera fell over. I've got 70 yards straight downwind. I'm going to try and drive it in low so I can swing a bit harder at it. Sort of like that. I was even, well, lower than I wanted, but I think it's turned out really well. I'm happy with that. Always an element of luck on a course you've never played. I've driven that ball in low, not really knowing what the green looks like, so I've got past pin high and I'm now putting straight back up the hill. So I'm going to have to put this very firmly to get there. My specialty. And in doing so, I just put a gigantic shove, like 2 degrees open. Got it to the hole though, which is half the battle with me, half the battle for everyone. Ticked off another par. If we carry on like that, we will shoot under par. I'd just like a few more birdies if at all possible, because there's a mistake somewhere in my game, I know that for sure. Now, I would never suggest playing down your expectations. You always should try to stay aggressive and feel confident about your game. But when I'm talking to you guys on camera, got to be honest. So, yes, there's always a big mistake in my game, so I need to make some birdies to cancel that out. Hopefully starting here, actually. It's about 280 playing 260 to the flag and it's downwind, so I don't need to absolutely belt this. So let's actually hold the finish and hit a smooth one. Leaking it right. Didn't see that red stake. Also didn't see it bounce. I think it's fine. By no means my best ever golf swing. But we are about pin high. Massively short-sided is the big issue. Gonna have to get some height, aim a little left because the wind will hit it. Try and land it just short of the pin and hope it stops quick. Absolutely absurd, bordering on unbelievable. Quite frankly, having bordering on arrogant levels of confidence with the chipping really helps. Unfortunately, I don't quite have that with the putter yet. That is a birdie and takes me to 2 under. I did not expect that from that position. On to 12. I can't say I was necessarily expecting to be under par today, but I'm playing very nicely, striking the ball well, managing those misses. And now we have a par 5. Into the wind off the right, and left is an absolute no-no. Again, don't like mentioning it, but for you guys at home that have never played here, that's a bad swing. That's a really bad swing. Spit it out. And the luck very much continues. Well, sometimes you need a bit of luck, and as I walked down I spotted some nasty little white soldiers, which mean internal out of bounds. So I've averted disaster, it's as simple as that. It's about 185 to the flag, not a good stance, that's for sure. So I've got 5 iron. If I come up short left, I think that's a good result. And it is 5 iron, yes. Oh no, that's going to make things hard. That's what you get, guys. Good luck followed by, well, a bad golf shot. Work to do would be the best description here. Still 135. Gonna have to just whip this in from right to left. A birdie putt from here is a great result. I think with that I will get one. I hope I have. Have I just hit that into a tree? Yet again, mistakes have been made. Thought it was into wind slightly, it's not, so I'm long. That's why I saw birds scattering. Where are we? Oh yeah, just over the back. This would be rather scary in summer. Not great. Terrified of it being downhill and forgot how soft it is. Well, sometimes all it takes is one good shot or one good putt, which is new to me. How have I come away with a 5 there? That was horrendous. Another nicely framed hole, and this is a popular spot. I believe that's Towneley Hall. Never been here before. Semi-drivable par 4. Left to right wind gives me the heebie-jeebies, but we'll send it up the left. That looks very safe. Well, that was never in danger of going right. It's just 50 left. This may come across like an excuse, but in my defence, I normally fade the driver, so that would have been quite good today. Except I haven't really faded a single one, apart from that one that I nearly hit out of bounds on the par 5. Anyway, 40 or so yards, downwind a bit, just land it on the green, let it trickle down if I can. Well, that's sort of taken off, which was unexpected. Okay, uphill putt, my favourite. Okie dokie, 10 or so feet up the hill for nosebleed territory, i.e. 3 under, I think. Uphill. Oh. Literally straight again, thought there was some right to left being downhill from there, but not to be. Still 2 under, and to be honest, very, very happy. Well, I've got to keep my wits about me. I feel like this is going to be a tricky finish. There's no more par 5s, and I'm slightly concerned I could go into that ditch. It's not it is a long hole, actually. All right, we'll give it a whack and hope for the best. My bag is all the way back there, so I'm definitely not going for something else. That's not getting over. That was very low on the face. Stay back. I've got many bounces, so I think I'm just short of it. Well, when it's your day, it's definitely your day. That is perilously close from going in the ditch, and I would not have been able to play from it. Anyway, 110, very awkward lie. Yeah. Yeah, there's always going to be left. Catch a piece. Okay, it's going to be a long putt. Where on earth did that divot just go? Over there. A great many things could have gone wrong there, but in the end, all I've got is a long putt. Not going to be easy, mind you. Oh no. Not only did I get the pace wrong, but I thought it was going left to right and it didn't. Wow, that's horrible. Not even close. Ooh, that was carrying some speed for the first time today, but caught enough. Wow, that was escaping from jail, I think, if that's the right phrase. How am I still 2 under? I don't know, but not complaining. Short par 4. Well, we've had a cool little trundle back to this tee box. It's a very much drivable par 4. Naughty flag. And there's Pendle Hill. Seen that a few times recently. It's about 260 playing down to about 240, so I don't need all of this, but the bag's miles away again. That's my best strike of the day, I feel like. It's just landed on the back of the bunker and is slap bang in the middle of the green. That went well. Another one from long range, but yet again it's for eagle, so absolutely no complaints. Let's try and get the speed right. 3 under with 3 to play sounds a heck of a lot better than 2 under with 3 to play, and a very long, daunting looking par 3 coming up, I think. It was gently left to right. Great pace, finally. And that should be enough to make a 3. What a round we're having. Quietly enjoying it at Towneley. I wouldn't describe it as a well-known quality classic golf course, but very much enjoyable. What a ride we're having. And sometimes I am glad for winter golf because I've just shot the back tee box and that's an extra 55 yards downhill. So this is 140 or so. So 200 yards from back there would be awful. I was contemplating a chippy 7, but I'm just going to hit a full 8 because the wind is not as strong as it was earlier. It's like a push draw. It's on a magnificent line. What a shot. That was nowhere near how I drew it up, and yet it's worked out perfectly. Sums up my day, really. Granted, we are a bit sheltered here, but the wind is wreaking havoc. It definitely fell into off the left on the last, and then when I walked up here, it felt downwind. So my approach is long. Definitely wasn't a 7-iron, that's for sure. But it is a birdie putt. What is going on? That never really looked anywhere else. 4 under par, 2 to go. I did not expect this. Granted, it's not as windy as it was earlier, but still, this is incredible. I need to just keep my wits about me. 2 to go. This is another one that would be brutally difficult off the back, but it's 148 playing down, but I think the wind's into off the left. So it's a chip with the 8-iron. Hold on. Uh-oh, I don't think I was supposed to miss there. Bit of a mistake there. For the first time today, I'm actually in quite a tight lie, which is going to stop me from opening the face. I'm just going to have to land this on. It should stop pretty quickly. Not exactly easy though. Oh, that's way too hard. Wow, that stopped fast. I don't know if that was nippy or just soft ground, but I think I could tap that in. I'll just take the wedge, be confident. It doesn't matter if it's wedge or putter with me, to be honest. Wow, that was very lucky. I'm exceptionally pleased that that stopped so fast. 1 to go, 4 under, and an uphill trudge to the finish, it looks like. Just wondering how to surmise this golf course here at Towneley. It's definitely a different animal from the back, as you would probably expect. But it's quite open off the tee, I've noticed. Quite a few relatively short holes, albeit much longer off the actual tee boxes. But I've enjoyed it. I mean, it's open, it's playable. I thought it was going to be windier, so that's been a great help. And now we have a 270-yard par 4, playing about 15 uphill. And all I see are white posts on the left and the right, which is a bit scary. But I've been aggressive all day, so why stop now? That's annoying. Definitely doesn't help the nerves that I have to do all that again. Another absolute perler. It's just going to drift right of the flag. Oh, I got a bounce. That's fantastic. I'm in bounds, which is the main thing, and there's every chance I could make a birdie here. That was very scary though. Quite honestly, not a dissimilar shot to the last, just with a little more green. Straight into an upslope, so I think probably 2 feet short is the place to land this. And 6 under might not be out of the realms of possibility here. It's not in, but it is a superb shot. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed. I have loved it, absolutely loved it. Thank you to Towneley for having me. And if you want to watch me play golf in more sunnier pastures, I urge you to watch the video in the top right of your screen now. And if you're not already subscribed and liked the video, please do that, it really helps me out. And thank you for watching. That's a 5 under par round of golf. Spectacularly good. Goodbye.